Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Thursday, June 30th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Cleveland Guardians vs Minnesota Twins. Our team pick is Cleveland Guardians for the win. After taking 2 of the first 3 games in the series, the Twins now lead the Guardians by 3 games in the American League Central. Heading into Wednesday action, Minnesota ranks 11th, averaging 4.5 runs per game, 7th with a .253 batting average, and 10th with 90 home runs. The Twins hit 3 home runs in the second game of Tuesday's doubleheader, which leads the way to a 6-0 win. Byron Buxton hit his team-leading 20th home run of the season win. Jorge Polanco hit his 8th home run of the season and drove in a team-high 3 runs. The Guardians won 15 of their first 19 games in June, but after Tuesday's doubleheader, they have now dropped 6 of their last 7 games. The offense has struggled, with Cleveland only averaging 1.7 runs per game over their last 7 games, which includes being shut out by the Twins twice. Cleveland has dropped to 15th in MLB, averaging 4.4 runs per game. They are 10th with a .247 batting average and 28th with 54 home runs this season. The club has failed to homer in the last 5 games. Jose Ramirez leads the Guardians with 16 home runs, 63 RBI, 12 stolen bases, and is batting .299. Against the Twins, Ramirez is batting .214 with 1 home run and 3 RBI this season. Although both starters have been pitching well, Shane Bieber goes deeper into games and has a better bullpen and defense behind him. Bieber faced the Twins in May and allowed 1 run in 6 innings of work. The concern for Cleveland, however, has been the inability to score recently. Although Archer has not faced the Guardians since 2017, his 0-4 record and 6.35 ERA in his career road start in Cleveland is unlikely to muster many good feelings for his confidence. I will back the Guardians. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs. And here is why. I touched on Shane Bieber and how he's trending in the right direction above. Now, as for Chris Archer, he's also putting together a quality season. The right-hander has made 5 starts this month and posted a 1.57 ERA and 0.91 WHIP over 23.0 innings. Additionally, Archer has been a better pitcher on the road this season. He comes in with a 2.76 ERA over 7 road starts, and opponents are hitting just .213 against him. I expect Archer to turn in a nice start this afternoon and limit a middle-of-the-pack offense like the Guardians. Philadelphia Phillies vs Atlanta Braves. Our team pick is Phillies for the win, and here is why. Despite playing poorly for the first month plus of the season, the Braves are suddenly within 3 games of the first-place Mets and secured another series win by handling the Phillies on Wednesday. William Contreras got Atlanta on the board with an RBI single in the top of the 4th before the Braves went up for good later in the inning on an RBI fielder's choice from Adam Duvall, who also homered later for some insurance. Kyle Wright was terrific in another win with 7 innings of 1-run ball, allowing just 3 hits and 3 walks while striking out 4. Will Smith racked up 2 strikeouts in a perfect 9th inning for his 3rd save. Matt Olson had a pair of doubles while scoring a run. Atlanta remains down slightly on the money line overall on the season, while going 39-37 on the run line. Overs are 39-34-3 for the Braves, but 4 of their last 5 games have gone under the betting total. Life without Bryce Harper hasn't been easy for the Phillies, as the offense has scuffled in this series against Atlanta, including plating just 1 run on 4 hits Wednesday night. Rhys Hoskins launched a solo homer in the bottom of the 3rd inning that gave the Phillies a brief lead, but that was their only highlight of the night at the plate. Ranger Suarez took the loss, allowing 4 runs on 6 hits and 2 walks, while striking out 7. Hoskins added a double for the only multi-hit game of the night for the Phillies. Philadelphia is down narrowly on the money line overall for the season, while going an even 38-38 on the run line. Overs are 41-32-3 for the Phillies, including an even 1-1 to start this series. After focusing heavily on adding offense over the winter, the Phillies rank 8th in scoring at 4.73 runs per game on a .729 team ops. Philadelphia pitching is right around the middle of the pack with a 3.90 collective ERA, including a mark of 4.12 from a bullpen that had some trouble closing out games earlier in the season. While Atlanta certainly looks like the better top-to-bottom team right now, this is a good opportunity to salvage the finale of this series with a favorable pitching matchup. Anderson has been unable to recapture the magic of his rookie season, while Nola's advanced metrics put him right up there with the best starters in the league. After a terrific 2020 campaign, Anderson fell off somewhat last season, and this year has been far worse as he's walking 11.2% of opposing batters, leading to below-average numbers across the board. It will be tough to match Nola, who has regained ace status after a couple of down years, with elite numbers like an 0.90 whip and 25.2 kbb%. Losing Harper is rough, but this is still a capable enough offense with a 103 WRC+, and there's hope that slumping hitters like Nick Castellanos and JT Realmuto can get going based on how good they've been in their respective careers. The Phillies have played some good baseball this month, the first two games of this series aside, and Nola will lead a much-needed win here. Our total pick is over, and here is why. Even though Nola is on the mound and is a solid pitcher, the Phillies still will give up some runs late, as both these offenses are very good, which is why I like the over. Philadelphia leads the MLB in hitting the over this season as they are 42-31-2, while Atlanta ranks 5th at 39-33-3. In the Phillies' last 5 games they are averaging 7.2 runs per game, but that includes a 1-0 win over the San Diego Padres. Atlanta, meanwhile, is averaging 8.4 runs per game as both offenses are starting to click, so take the over here as Philadelphia should mash on Anderson. Houston Astros vs New York Yankees. Our team pick is Houston Astros for the win, and here is why. New York had their challenges in their series with the Al worst A's, but managed to come up with a sweep of the 3-game set by prevailing Wednesday afternoon. The Yankees entered Wednesday night with a top mark in the AL, and they were up 12.5 games on the Blue Jays in the AL East race. In Wednesday's game, the Yankees gave up 3 runs in the top of the first, but held Oakland at bay the rest of the way for the win. DJ LeMahieu, 2 runs, was the lone player with 2 hits, while Aaron Judge, his 29th, and Giancarlo Stanton, his 19th, did the damage with long balls. Jamison Talon, 9-1, earned the win on the mound as he threw 5 innings, allowing 3 runs on 7 hits with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts before departing. Clay Holmes worked the 9th for his 14th save of the season. Houston won for the 7th time in their last 9 games as they earned a win in a pitcher's duel against the Mets on the road. The Astros went into Wednesday night holding an 11-game lead on the Rangers in the race for the top spot in the AL West. On Wednesday, Houston finished with 7 hits and went 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, but earned the victory. Jason Castro, 2 RBI, was the lone player with 2 hits, including his first homer of the season in the top of the 9th inning, to provide the game's only offense. That made a winner of Justin Verlander, 10-3, who threw 8 scoreless innings, allowing 2 hits with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Ryan Presley worked a 1-2 to 3 9th, striking out 1, to earn his 16th save of the season. This is a weird one-off game, thanks to the lockout and shifting games around to get a full 162 games in on the slate. New York goes from here to Cleveland for a weekend set Friday night, while Houston welcomes the Angels to town on Friday. Severino has struggled a bit of late and was knocked off by the Astros in his last outing. Garcia was originally slated to start Tuesday against the Mets on the road, but rather than have him pitch in back-to-back starts against the Mets, he was pushed back a couple of days here. New York leads the majors with 24 comeback victories, but they are a little more fallible on the road than they are at home. Houston is clicking right now, and with being at home here, give the Astros a slight edge in this contest. Our total pick is under the total. And here is why. Both teams are traveling from New York for this game, as the Astros just finished a series at Citi Field against the Mets, while the Yankees were home against the Athletics. These bullpens have been the 2 best as well this year, as New York is the best with a 2.73 bullpen ERA, while Houston is second with a 2.77 reliever ERA this season. Both teams are not scoring incredibly well looking at the last week, as the Yankees are averaging 4.29 runs per game in their previous 7 games, while the Astros are scoring 4.33 runs per game in their last 6 games. The under is 3-1-1 in the previous 5 Yankees games, as well as it being 40-19-3 in the Astros' last 62 games. Go with the under to hit in this game as well. Pittsburgh Pirates vs Milwaukee Brewers. Our team pick is Pirates for the win. And here is why. The Milwaukee Brewers roll into Pittsburgh looking to hold their spot at the top of the NL Central Division standings. On Tuesday night, the Brewers welcomed back starter Brandon Woodruff from the Illinois, and he was outstanding. He struck out 10 batters in 5 innings work in his return from a right ankle injury that has sidelined him since May 27. Woodruff's return bolsters a starting staff thought to be the team's strength coming into the season. On Wednesday night in the series finale of the brief two-game set in Tampa Bay, the Brewers used 6 pitchers and clubbed 4 home runs, including 2 by Rowdy Tellez, and defeated the Rays 5-3. The Brewers have now won 4 straight games and are 7-3 in their last 10 games. The Pirates hope that they find their missing bats now that they're back home. In the first 5 games of the road trip, the Pirates mustered just 13 runs while hitting just .205 and striking out 58 times. The Pirates lost the 5 games by a grand total of 8 runs, wasting solid starting pitching throughout the losing streak. The poor hitting culminated in a 3-1 loss on Tuesday, in which the Pirates struck out 13 times. On Wednesday night, hoping to end the trip with at least 1 win, the Pirates rode the hot bat of Bryan Reynolds to an 8-7 win. Reynolds had 3 home runs and 6 RBI in a huge performance to salvage a win on the road trip. Brubaker has pitched deceptively well for much of this season despite his 1-7 record. The Pirates are 3-2 in his last 5 home starts, and Brubaker has allowed just 10 earned runs in those 5 starts. Despite a relatively meager team batting average of .215, the Pirates are averaging over 5 runs per contest in their last 10 home games. Hauser comes into this matchup having lost 3 of his last 4 starts this season. He has a 5.86 ERA in the month of June. Look for the Pirates to take advantage of this edge in the starting pitching matchup and get a victory out of the gates in this 4-game set. Our total pick is under 9. And here is why. This past April, Milwaukee and Pittsburgh played 6 games head-to-head and 5 of the 6 finished under in the run total. The total has finished under in 3 of Pittsburgh's last 5. Milwaukee has the 9th best team ERA in baseball, and Pittsburgh is 28th in runs scored with 266 for an average of only 3.59 runs per game. In the 6 games that Pittsburgh played against Milwaukee during April, the Pirates scored an average of only 2.67 runs per game.